Hey, y'all. Long time no see. If you are joining me live, hi, welcome. I am live on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Instagram. I cannot see your comments unless you're commenting from YouTube. But if you leave a comment on the other platforms, I will be sure to come back and respond because I want to respond to everybody. Thank you for being here. Um, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Shanti Refuge. I am a master certified mental health coach, mental health advocate, keynote speaker, and author. And I haven't gone live in a long time. So this is like, it could be like riding a bike, but also at the same time, it's like, oh my God. And then my microphone keeps slipping out, my earpiece keeps slipping out my ear. So I have it on for microphone purposes, but I might just undo it and say, forget it. Because who am I listening to anyway? I don't have anybody going live with me. Anyway, thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. My reason for going live today is to talk about something that is it pertains to all of us in some shape, form, or fashion, whether directly or indirectly, and that is the mental health impact of the government shutdown. Okay, we're going to lose the earpiece. Okay. I hope y'all can still hear me. I lost the earpiece. Let me go back and check my mic and make sure I'm still being heard. Yes, I'm still being heard. Let's see. Okay. LinkedIn is having trouble with me going live. I'm going to remove them and re-add them. Remove and re-add you. Let's see. I hope that helped. Okay, look like that worked. Okay, LinkedIn, welcome back. Again, my name is Shanti Refuge. I am an award-winning master certified mental health coach, mental health advocate, keynote speaker, and author. And I am talking to y'all today about the mental health impact of the government shutdown. So tonight we're talking about it is deeper than politics. A lot of times when people think about, what the government's doing, they automatically think politics, and it's way deeper than that. There is mental health impact, whether it's affecting you directly or indirectly. So I'm going to talk about that because while the news headlines talk about budgets and deadlines, the reality is that what's being shut down really for all of us humans on this planet is peace of mind. Well, most of us humans on the planet is our peace of mind. Every time the government, this isn't the first time it's happened. So every time the government decides to close its doors, real people like us are left holding their breath at some point, like wondering how long they can stretch a paycheck if you are working for the government. Because if you're working for the government, you're not getting paid. Or how long your benefits will last, or how long you can hold it together emotionally. So that's what we're going to unpack tonight. So this is a live, talk, journaling type angle for, and not from a political angle. I don't talk about politics. I talk about humanism. So that's what we're talking about. So we're going to talk about what uncertainty does to your mental health. How delayed benefits and unpaid work impact families. We know common sense off the top. We know, but we're talking about mental. The silent toll on those TSA workers and essential staff, if you're considered essential staff, and how to protect your peace through journaling, reflection, and emotional grounding. So the first part I want to talk about what uncertainty does to the mind. So when the government shuts down, uncertainty creeps in. And uncertainty is one of the biggest triggers for anxiety, right? Because we all know that anxiety is you wanting to control something you can't control. And this will be one of them, the government shutdown. So your brain starts searching for answers it cannot find. And then your body goes into overdrive. So, that's your nervous system trying to protect you. But when the threat is invisible, that's when fear comes in. So you're afraid because you don't know What's going to happen? How long it's going to be shut down? You might start noticing changes in your body. You can't sleep, your mind's racing. You're snapping at people you love. You're cranky, of course. Look what's going on, or you're feeling frozen like you're stuck because you are uncertain of your future, right? But that's your body telling you that you do not feel safe. So if you're feeling those emotions or you're experiencing it, can't sleep, mind racing, snapping at people, feeling frozen, that is your body telling you that you don't feel safe. And that is perfectly okay. The hard part about that is you can't deep breathe your way out of unpaid bills. You know, if it was something else, I'd be like, oh, take some deep breaths, but I am being real with you. You taking deep breaths is not going to get your bills paid. The bill man cometh every month at the same time every month. And if you're not getting paid, me telling you to take a deep breath is not going to help you. Right? So if that's your nervous system, so your nervous system stays activated and it starts to feel like you're stuck in survival mode. And essentially, some of us are stuck in survival mode. So I got some journaling prompts that will help you with that. I'm going to post them in the chat, on YouTube, because that's the only place I can. Hey, how y'all doing? Thank you for joining. So the first one is, where in my life do I feel most uncertain right now? And if you want to answer, you can answer. Or you could take these prompts and use them for yourself in private. You don't have to share. It's always a safe space no matter where I am. And I'm just going to give you the prompts and you do what you will with them. At least use them. So the second prompt is, how does that uncertainty show up in my body? And that's your chance to do a body scan. Body scan, basically you lay down and start from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet and do a literal scan. Am I okay? My head okay? No headache? Relax. I'm not tight, or maybe I am. My heart beating normally, or it's palpitating. My stomach in knots. Just go down. And the last one is, what would safety feel like if I could create it for myself, even in chaos? So give yourself some time to respond to those. Write them down, copy them, do what you can. Nice to meet you too, Giovanna. Thank you for joining. Appreciate you. So let's see. Let me show the prompts. Put them on the screen. So the first one is, where in my life do I feel most uncertain right now? The second one is, where in my life? Oh, that's still the first one. The second one is, how does that uncertainty show up in my body? And then the last one is, what would safety feel like if I could create it for myself, even in chaos? Thank you for joining. So if you're just popping in, my name is Shanti, and I am talking about the mental health aspects of the government shutdown. So now we're going to move on to one of the hardest realities of a shutdown: your paycheck or your benefits being delayed or stopped. There are millions of people who rely on SNAP and WIC and Social Security, VA assistance, and housing vouchers. So, when those get delayed, families were already stretched thin, they start like spiraling. They do, and it's normal. So imagine being a single mom watching your EBT card decline at checkout because the system froze, or a veteran waiting for medical coverage to process, or a senior wondering how to afford medication this month. You know, that's heavy. Those things are heavy. You might not be going through them personally, but I know you know someone who is, or maybe you know someone who is. It could be a friend, family member, neighbor, coworker, someone. These are more than financial problems. They are emotional emergencies. You know, issues like that cause panic, shame, and helplessness. And when you're living in constant survival mode, your body can't tell the difference between a tiger chasing you and your bills being due. Because sometimes they should feel the same, and that trauma is real. It absolutely is real. So I got some more prompts for you. I'm not going to host anything without throwing some journal prompts your way. Hey, Edward, how are you? Thank you for joining. Appreciate you. I'm just posting some journal prompts for you all to take with you. So the first one is, what part of my life feels most vulnerable to outside systems? And I'm sure some of y'all are wondering, how are these journal prompts going to help me? Believe me, they're going to help you. I know what I'm doing. Been doing it for a while. And people always think that, you have to do other things, but this is an unconventional way to get your healing. What part of my life feels most vulnerable to outside systems? The next one is, what can I do to regain a small sense of control or peace today? You don't have to have it all figured out. You don't. Don't think you do. Who has it all figured out every day, no matter what they're going through? No damn body. Or you think you do, and watch God come and interrupt what you thought it was. So what can you do to regain a small sense of control or peace today? And notice I said small. I didn't say go out and save the world. Small, baby steps. And the next one is, who can I lean on emotionally or spiritually when I feel unsafe? Do you have a support system? It is very important in these times that we have a support system in place. And your support system may or may not be your family, but know that there's healing in community. So if you don't have anyone who you can lean on for support, here I am. Get at me. I'm putting my email in the chat. For those of you who can see it, if you can't, my email is shantirefuge.com. No, I mean my website, shantirefuge.com. So you can go there and you can contact me. You can connect with me in real life, real time. I'm glad I didn't show the comments on the stage. All right, so let's talk about the hidden strain on TSA workers and essential employees. So these are the people who are still showing up, our TSA workers and essential staff. No, these are the folks at the airport, scanning bags, greeting travelers, maintaining safety, while not being paid. Some people are carpooling because they can't afford gas. Some are going to food banks, and still they're expected to show up smiling, patient, and professional. I know that's hard. That's got to be hard. And, that's not just financial stress, that's also emotional exhaustion. When you pour from an empty cup for too long, it turns into burnout, depression, and resentment. And that's what's happening behind the smiles at those security checkpoints, if you're getting a smile. I know I'm in Houston, Texas, and here in Houston, they have been reports of the airport at Intercontinental that the wait time to go through TSA is like 3 hours. So they want you to get there 3 hours before your flight or more so that you can get through TSA and get on your flight. And sometimes, no, all the time, that's worse than it was when COVID was going on. So if you were around then you understand, or you were catching flights then you understand. So, there's a term for this, it's called emotional labor. And it means showing empathy and calm on the outside while your whole inside world is falling apart. And when emotional labor isn't balanced yet, By rest, it becomes emotional debt and eventually emotional collapse. And this is not what we want to happen. So, for those of you who are still showing up, even when you're empty inside, this journal prompt's for you. Where am I still showing up for others even when I'm empty? Where are you still showing up for others when you're empty? Just remember, take these with you. You don't have to answer them out loud or you don't have to post them. Just let me know. I thought I was live on Instagram, but I see I forgot to hit the go live button. I'm live now. And for those of you who are just coming in, thank you for joining me. My name is Shanti Refuge. I am a award-winning Master Certified Mental Health Coach, mental health advocate, keynote speaker, and author. And I am talking about the mental health effects, the impact on uh, due to the government shutdown. So just to recap a little bit, because I've been on for like 20 minutes now, thinking I was live on Instagram and I wasn't. My bad, y'all. I have been talking about the mental health impact of the government shutdown and giving some journal prompts. So I will go ahead and repost those for Instagram because I can see Instagram. I can see Instagram and I can see, hey, y'all, welcome in. Let's see. I'm talking about the mental health impact of the government shutdown. So I was posting some journal prompts for you all to work on. So now I'm going to copy and paste them in Instagram as well. Playing a little catch up because I thought I was live on Instagram too, and apparently I was not. Hey girl, thank you for joining. I'm just doing a little mental health work today, operating in my calling. I'm talking about the mental health impact of government workers or everybody. Right now, I'm on the workers, TSA workers. Let's see, the essential workers. All right, so I was just talking about emotional labor. Emotional labor, again, is showing empathy and calm on the outside while your inside world is falling apart. And again, emotional labor needs to be balanced with rest, or otherwise it's going to become emotional debt. And then you're going to burn out and then you're going to crash out. And we don't want crash outs. So now I'm on to the collective stress and community impact of this shutdown. Even if you're not directly affected, like I said earlier, you're still breathing in collective stress because when a nation is anxious, the energy moves through communities like a wave. And energy, it transforms, it transmutes, it don't stop. So you might find yourself feeling tired, irritable, unmotivated, and you can't explain why. And that's called vicarious stress. And that is real. So when you're feeling like that, instead of isolating, this is the moment to reach out. Check on your people, share what you have, and listen without judgment. Sometimes healing is not about having the answers, it's about sitting in uncertainty together. That's why community is important. And like I said before, if our community isn't paid, you don't have to pay to be in a community all the time. You can go to sharewellnow.com and I'll put the address in the chat. Typing it in, sharewellnow.com. You could go there if I could spell right. You could go there, free community, all day, 24/7. You pick a subject and go there and do that. Now, my community is pay. I did it again. Share well now. I'm typing it in two different chats. Forgive me, y'all. But thank you for being here. I appreciate you. All right. So I put it on YouTube and I put it in Instagram. So you'll know, you can go into community and you don't have to have all the answers. And that's why I build spaces like that. So that you can come in, you can talk if you want to, or you cannot. And that's fine. You're still going to get something out of it. So now I have some community reflection questions for you to answer. Who in my circle might be struggling silently right now? That means they haven't told you what's going on, but you know something is going on. And you they haven't said anything. Think about that person. Who in my circle might be struggling silently right now? And then the next one is, hey, how you doing? Thank you for joining. The next one is, oh, I put it twice. How can I show up for them with presence, compassion, or simply saying, I see you? Now, everybody don't like that I see you text, or people say, I see you. But, check on somebody who you feel like is going through this. Check on that person. Hey, how you doing? You don't have to ask if they need anything. A lot of times they just need to know that, someone sees them. I'm here for you if you need anything, or don't say that if you don't mean it. All right, so now we're going to take some deep breaths and let it go. So if you are with me and you're journaling on the page of your journal, I'm going to put out some prompts for you to finish. And they are, today I feel what I need most is. Even though things are uncertain, I can still just fill in those blanks. I am proud of myself for fill in the blanks. I remind myself that whatever it is, say that. Hope everybody's doing well on their Monday. Thank you for coming in. If you're just joining me, I am Shanti Refuge. I am an award-winning Master Certified Mental Health Coach, mental health advocate, keynote speaker, and author. And we're talking about the mental impact of the government shutdown. So I've already gone over, if you missed it, I went over the uncertainty, what it does to the mind. I've gone over, people who are having delayed or stopped benefits or pay, and also the strain on the essential staff who still have to go to work even though they're not getting paid. So, and I've also talked about collective stress and community impact. Remember to, if you're not directly going through the effects of the government shutdown, don't isolate. Reach out, check on your people, share what you have, and listen without judgment. Again, you don't have to have all the answers, but we can all sit in uncertainty together. Unless you know something we don't, then you share that. Don't gatekeep. So now I'm going to talk about reclaiming emotional safety and resilience. And this is all I'm talking about today. So I'm going to close with this. The shutdown might be temporary, but even if they decided to flip the switch and turn on tomorrow, that anxiety still is going to be there. That it can linger. So that's why it's important to create emotional safety daily. So I'm going to give you a few things to do to create emotional safety for yourself. You can do grounding. Grounding consists of, notice 5 things around you right now that remind you that you're safe. Or you could start a routine, keep a structure in your day. Even small things help. Set a schedule for yourself. Connect. Talk to people who get it. Like I said, go to sharewellnow.com. Or you can come to me, DM me, you can email me, you can connect with me. Talk to people who get it, because when you're in isolation, that feeds your anxiety, and that's not what we're trying to do. And most importantly, ask for help. Whether it's therapy, coaching, counseling, support groups, or prayer, reaching out does not mean you're weak. It is wise of you to do that. So please reach out if you are in need of help. So I'm going to close with this lady, a story. I always got a story. So I'm going to close with this. A woman that I work with for the last shutdown the government had. Y'all remember that? I will never forget her. She said it wasn't losing the paycheck that broke her. It was losing her peace. Even though, her paycheck was directly affected because she wasn't getting paid for doing her work, but she lost her peace. So she made her paycheck her peace, essentially. And, that stuck with me because so many people are living in that same space right now where peace feels like a luxury, and it is not. It is necessary. So I want to remind you, peace is your birthright. It is not something you have to earn. You do not have to earn peace. And even when systems fail, your healing doesn't have to stop. Don't let it stop. If it stops, it's because you let it. So before I end, and I know I just said I'm about to get off, but I am right now. Before I end, I want to share with you a few ways that you can stay connected with me and continue your healing journey beyond tonight. Even if you had no thoughts about starting your healing journey, you saw me, you stayed and listened. So yeah, you're on your healing journey now. So first, my upcoming experience, The Audacity of a Healing Woman, is kicking off soon. The wait list is open. Comment the word heal under my post, and you will get the information for that. Or you can DM me, or you can email me. So what that is we're diving deep into self-worth, emotional freedom, and building peace from the inside out. And we're going to do, guided journaling. We're going to do real talk, and we're going to do some transformation. It's a 6-week group coaching experience. It's going to start in January. So I'm giving y'all time to get through the, what? Hold on. Got a text message from my cousin. Hey, boo, I love you. Thank you for watching. So then, and also in January, I'm going to do an in-person. I'm hosting a New Year Better Me. That's going to be in person, and it's a guided journaling workshop to help you start the new year centered, grounded, and ready to thrive. That is going to be on January 11th at Lit Java. So if you are interested in any of those, the Audacity of a Healing Woman, that starts January 14th. The wait list is open. Everyone on the wait list will get discounted pricing and all kind of other stuff because you waited for me. You got on the wait list because I'm still developing the program. And so by January 14th, it will be ready. And we're going to be ready to go. And the great thing is I'm going through it with you because I have the audacity to heal out loud. As y'all, if you've been following me for a while, you know that. So both experiences are designed to help you turn your pain into power. I know if I did, you can too, because no matter what's happening in the world, your healing journey doesn't stop when the government does. Your healing journey continues. So if anything I said spoke to you, go to my website, shantirefuge.com, to learn more. Grab your guided journals or join one of my sessions. I have all kinds of sessions. Come and explore. If you have questions, I'm here. DM me. If you have concerns, comments, feedback, email me, DM me. I'm here. And remember that systems might be shut down, but your healing and your growth and your peace are still in motion every day. So every day you have to get up and choose you, no matter what's going on in the world around you. Choose you. So thank you for sharing this space with me tonight. And I hope you leave reminded that your mental health matters. It matters in crisis. It matters in calm and in every in-between moment because there's always something going on. So remember to keep writing, Keep breathing and keep believing that your peace is possible. I am Shanti Refuge, and as always, write it to heal it. See y'all later.